What's everybody been up to? For like the last 2-3 years. Welcome. Really, welcome. Thank you. Having a moment, actually, that we're all back together. So it's so good to see so many faces. How many people are here for the first time? Oh, wow, this is so awesome. Welcome. How many people have been here numerous times before? Also incredibly awesome. So new folks, seek out some of those folks who have been here before. They'll tell you we look a little bit different this year, as do many things right now, right? And that's okay. Thank you for coming along with us for the ride. We know we had to make some changes along the way. I mentioned to some folks we were dealing with all the same issues that you're hearing about every day and you're all dealing with every day. Inflation, labor shortage, the random COVID outbreaks, and all that. So thank you for trusting us and being willing to come along with us for the next 2 days. And we hope that although it might look a little bit different than what you're used to, it's still going to be a fantastic experience. So we're going to fall back on an agile principle that we use in open space technology, which is whoever shows up, those are the right people. So whoever is here today, those are the right people, and we're going to have a great time learning from one another. So I have a couple of things that I want to go over before Melissa comes up here. First of all, we abide by the Agile Alliance Code of Conduct. We've adopted it as our own. Essentially, be respectful of one another. Don't be a jerk. And if you feel that, and I get that that definition is different for different people, if at any time you feel that someone is not abiding by that principle of not being a jerk and not being respectful, please let one of us know. Either find one of our board members, me, Joe, or Jennifer, or find one of our volunteers, and we would love to discuss that with you and figure out a resolution. But please do that. Related to that, you should have seen in your email, our COVID policy is we are following the city right now. The university is in the city of Columbus. Nothing is required. Vaccinations and masks are not required. The city is recommending masks, but it's up to everyone to manage themselves. And again, be respectful of one another. We gave you the option if you wanted to signal to others that maybe you need a little space, or maybe you're more comfortable with just fist bumps or elbow bumps right now. And so I just ask that if you kind of see that, just be respectful of what other people want. If you want to tweet or post on Instagram, it's primarily where we are, we're using the hashtag Path22. So please do that to get the message out and to share with everybody that, one, Agile conferences still exist. Let everybody know that we're out there, and Path to Agility is out there as well. Another thing that looks a little different this year, most of our sessions are taking place on the first floor and the second floor. Know that today we are sharing the space with another conference. They're primarily on the second and third floor that direction. Our activities are on the first and second floor, kind of over here. So I just wanted to call that out. Normally we kind of have the run of the place, but today we're first and second floor over here. On the second floor, it's this ballroom, and the other half of the ballroom, which is right there, you have to go out to get around to Ballroom West. This is Ballroom East, Ballroom West. And then for all the other sessions, they're down on the first floor. And we've used some of those intermittently in the past, but just so everybody is aware, there's Great Hall 1 and Great Hall 2 and Great Hall 3, which are immediately below us. Where you registered and you followed the long line to check in and get your name badge and all of that, the Great Halls are immediately behind that. So just look at the plaque on the wall to see which is 1, which is 2, and which is 3. I want to call out Great Hall 2, though, because you actually have to kind of go around the corner. So when you're down on the first floor, past the Great Halls, go around the corner, there's a team shop down there. The entrance to Great Hall 2 is in front of that team shop. That's where we're hosting our lean coffee. So that's a facilitated conversation about anything. Whoever shows up, sets the agenda. So if there's something that you want to talk to others about, maybe get some coaching or some advice about, that's a great place to do it. So, and that's open every session that we have a breakout session. So drop by there if you just want to have a chat, and maybe you're not seeing something on the agenda that answers your question or addresses your need. We also have the performance hall, which is on the first floor toward the courtyard, that big courtyard that's outside. The performance hall is right next to that. And the U.S. Bank Theater is on the first floor, tucked back in the corner. So if you go down the big staircase and around, back in the corner is the theater. Any questions about any of that? There are maps up on the walls as well if you get lost. All of our food is being served same places as it has in the past. Danny Price Lounge, which is the alcove over here in the corner. That's where our breakfast is. Lunch will be there as well. And then lunch will also be out in the hallway. There are buffet tables set up there right now, but lunch will be out there too. Beverages, coffee, hot beverages will be in here and the other ballroom throughout the day. And then we'll have sodas out later on. And then this afternoon, we will have, at the late afternoon break, we will have ice cream treats. The famous ice cream treats that everybody loves. For all the new folks, it'll be a stampede to get the ice cream treats. You don't know how much this group loves their ice cream treats. So now it's a tradition. I've had this question a number of times. What the heck is a plenary activity? Plenary just means we all come back together. This is a plenary session right now. When we knew that we would probably have fewer people, we tried to think of that as more of an enabling constraint. So what are some things that are difficult to do when we have 800 people that would be possible to do if we had maybe a third of that? So we're going to have some activities at the end of each day where we'll come back and do facilitated exercises in this room at the end of each day, talking about some of the things we're learning and what we want to do with it. So that's what plenary means. Don't need to be nervous about that. Promise. No trust falls. We still have here at the Ohio Union, there's a mother's room for anyone who needs for nursing or infant care. On the second floor, it's near the restrooms that are at the top of the big stairs. So you come up a big staircase and go to the left, there's a mother's room up there. On the third floor, just outside the interfaith prayer and reflection room, there's a meditation room and an ablution room. Those are open to everyone who is using the union throughout the day. You're welcome to make use of them yourself. I would just ask that you be respectful because I do think the other conference is using that interfaith room. They're separate. The meditation room and ablution room are both kind of ante-rooms before you get into there, but just, don't do your screaming meditation because that might interrupt that room. Just be respectful when you go in there. A big thank you to our sponsors. This event and many events like it would not exist without sponsor dollars. And so we're very thankful for them for investing in us and making this experience that we can all enjoy. So thank you to our gold sponsors, the 5 of them, and then our silver sponsors as well. So you can get to know those sponsors by, everyone should have gotten a sponsor bingo card. Anyone who visits each of our sponsors once and gets a stamp, then you can drop that into a box. Later on today, I left the box downstairs. Later on today, the box will be up here in the ballroom. Since we always come back here, you can drop it in there, and we'll be giving away some prizes at the end of the conference tomorrow. So, you have to be present to win those prizes. This year, the feedback that we're collecting, we're using Mentimeter to do that. So you can go to Mentimeter using this code 3532-3340 at menti.com at any point throughout the conference and provide any feedback that you would like. It is public feedback. It's anonymous, but it's public. And then I remind everybody the be respectful rule. So share your feedback respectfully, but we'd love to hear it. So anything about the feedback, we'll be looking at it. If it's something more like there's a massive water leak in my room, that's a better like flag down a volunteer kind of thing. But if it's, hey, you only had 2 kinds of coffee this year, I'd love to see a wider variety, Menti's your spot for that. So, there we go. I'm going to switch it over. Thank you. All right, so now I would like to welcome to the stage Melissa Boggs. I'm so excited she could join us.